What up, peoples? It's your man RTP Skull Gang in the building. You already know what it is. So, ago, and I just been really, I just been like stuck on, not really stuck. It's just every time, I go to Twitter for my information on the day, period, just on the news. Like, I just basically, instead of turning on the TV and watch the news, throw on Twitter. Nothing trending on Twitter means nothing's happening. You know what I'm saying? So I get on Twitter, and yesterday, day before, today, I keep seeing these little articles, and they just bug me. I know they're articles that have been written once, but I keep seeing it get, put back on my timeline by the same damn people. JoeBucs.com, the Pewter Report, or whatever that thing is called. So yeah, man. So I keep seeing people writing these articles, and I'm just looking at the articles, and I'm just like, I'm lost, bro. Like, I'm thinking one thing. I read the article or the title of the article. Nah, I really don't read the articles, but I read the title of the articles. And only time I really read the articles is if there's something in there that has like an interview. Like if they interviewed a player or something like that. Like, I want to see what the player said. I hate reading what at the end of the articles when whoever was writing the articles gives their opinion, because it's usually so off. And it's to the point where you can read what the player says, and then underneath whatever the player says, when the reporter gives his opinion, you're just like, he said the opposite of that. Like, I don't know, man. Big Joe, what it do, man? What it do? So I'm glad there's 3 people watching right now. So maybe you guys can help me out. I'm wondering, Mr. CDL, glad we got a guy on here that defies everything I say about the Bucs. So I'm glad you're here. Quan looking like he's a goner. Not necessarily. I do think the chances of him being a goner definitely went up, but it doesn't. I don't think it's not. It's still not. It's still more likely that he stays with us than he's gone. But since you're on here, let me ask you this question. Why are people still writing that Gerald McCoy might be gone? I'm trying to figure this out. Our GM and our coach had an interview at the Combine. Our coach says we need defensive tackles that can push the pocket. Gerald McCoy still has it, and he's still one of the best at doing that, and effective, very effective. And our GM said he's under contract and we want him back. What am I missing that people are still saying Gerald McCoy might be gone? What am I missing? I don't understand. What am I missing? How did Light sound fishy? He said he's under contract and we want him back. What am I missing? Where is the fishy? Where is the part where he sounds like, I keep hearing that? Oh, well, I didn't hear fishy, but I heard in the article that he danced around the question. How did he dance around the question? He said he's under contract because we have him for 3 years. We still have him for this year and 2 more years. So he's under contract, and he said he wants him back. Is Gerald asking for a trade? That's the only thing I can think of. Is Gerald asking for a trade behind closed doors? I wouldn't think so. I don't think so. Gerald hasn't said that. Gerald says he wants to be back. So where are we getting this? Where are people getting this? Jason Light is dancing around the question. He wasn't completely, honest. I don't know. I don't know where people are getting this information. Like, I saw the same interview they saw. Where is he fishy? Where is he dancing around the question? Where? I need to know. Like, I don't understand this. Or for some reason, they're saying that Gerald still might be gone. Why? We want him back, and Gerald can't do nothing about it because he's under contract for 3 more years. This is going to be his most expensive year, 13 mil. Next year, we're only paying him 10. Next year after that, we're paying him 10. You know the Falcons are paying Vic Beasley 12 mil? The Falcons are paying Vic Beasley 12 mil as they pick up his contract, his 5th-year option. And we're paying Gerald McCoy 13 this year, 10 next year, and 10 the year after. I have no idea where people are getting this. Big Joe says he is not gonna anywhere. Why this stupid Bucs fan doing shit? I don't know. He said he hopes he continues to be a Buck or some shit. Of course. Like, he would want him. He's like one of the best Bucks to ever play for the Buccaneers. So yeah, of course. I don't understand how that's like reading into something that you don't have to read into. By him saying, I hope he stays a Buck, doesn't mean that he's secretly saying, we don't know if we want to bring him back. When he's literally saying we want him back. Like, he says we want him back and he's under contract. But yet for some reason, you people are putting more weight on him saying we hope he stays a Buck. Like, I don't know. And even then, like, why wouldn't you think that means that he wants him back? Like, I don't know. I don't understand why you guys are trying to find a negative somewhere. That's what it feels like. You're trying to find a negative somewhere. And it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Gerald wants to be in Tampa with his brothers, Levante David. Not to mention, he grew up a Bucs fan because of Sap. RTP, whether they want him back or not, I guarantee you, if someone calls regarding Gerald and they offer nice little offer, he is gone for sure, and you know that. You would have to offer something like a first and a second for Gerald McCoy. You would have to offer a first and a second for Jason Light to be like, we can't pass that opportunity up. That's what it would have to be. You would have to offer a first and a second for us to think about letting Gerald McCoy go. And I don't see that happening. And you can say that with anybody that has a good offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that throws a good offer for any position, besides what, the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean a third. There's 30. No one, you gotta, once again, you have to understand who your GM is. You have to understand who your GM is. You have to understand who your GM is. You have to understand where you're at as a franchise, like the mindset your GM for your franchise. The mindset that we have for this franchise is we have a window right now. For people, Buck fans seem to think that we're not in a window. We're in a window right now. As soon as you figure out you have a franchise quarterback, your window begins. Or as soon as you figure out that you have like a top 10 or a top 5 defense that can take you to the playoffs, that's when your window starts. You have two. You start a window offensively, or a window defensively. Our window started when we have a number one passing offense and we realize that we have a franchise quarterback. That's when our window started. So there is no tearing down of the Bucs. This is why me, RTP, your best source for Buccaneers information, told you guys months and months ago that I don't think we're going to have as much. Did I not say this? I don't think we're going to have as much turnover as people think. I don't think we're going to have very little turnover. I said this months ago. Why? Because I already know where the mind of Jason Light was. I already knew where the mind that Bruce Arians came in with. Now, there was a time where I said I don't know, because I don't know if we're going to keep Dirk Cutter, and I don't know if we don't keep Dirk Cutter, who we're going to get as a head coach. When I found out we got Bruce Arians, I knew, okay, we're sticking with the same plan that we've been sticking with, and this is why I wanted Bruce Arians. This was probably, besides the fact that Bruce Arians already has a resume and he's known for winning and what he did in Cardinals, the other reason why I wanted Bruce Arians was because if we got Bruce Arians, I knew that Jason Light would be like, okay, we can continue with the process of me building my team. You know, we're still right on track, whether Bruce Arians was there or not, because you got to remember, Dirk Cutter is a new head coach. He doesn't know how he wants his team, offensively, defensively, maybe offensively, but defensively, he don't know how he wants his team. So Bruce Arians was basically building this team. If I'm Bruce Arians, if we had Bruce Arians from the start, this team would be exactly the same. Plain and simple. This team would be exactly the same. We might have a little bit more 3-4 players on the team right now defensively, but we would basically be the same team. So I knew when we had Bruce Arians, we weren't going to have no turnover. It was just going to continue. Like, okay, you might be gone. A couple of, like I said before, a couple of Dirk Cutter guys might be gone, but that's about it. We weren't going to really have a big turnover. We've been preparing to keep all these players: Gerald McCoy, Levante David, Quan Alexander, Ali Marpet. If it wasn't for Quan Alexander's injury, there's no doubt in my mind Quan Alexander would already be signed for us. Already. The fact that he got hurt is the only reason why he's hitting free agency. I think Jason Light believes that because of his injury, his market won't be as high. People are going to be just as cautious as us, because everyone will look at the Bucs and say, yo, the Bucs are letting Quan hit free agency. There might be, maybe there is something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we letting him. So I think that Jason Light is betting on other GMs playing it smart and saying, you know what, we're not going to offer him too much because the Bucs are letting him hit free agency. So there might, we gotta go cautiously with this guy. We gotta tread cautiously with this guy. The problem with that is there's a lot of stupid GMs out there. So the fact that we let him hit the free agency, there is a chance that a retarded GM is gonna go out there and say, we need a fast little middle linebacker. Here's 12 mil. Come to us. And set the market higher than what it should be for Quan Alexander. And then the Bucs are going to be like, damn, we should have just paid him the $10 million and not let him hit the free agent market. So that could happen. Now, the only good thing I can say about our situation is I truly believe that Quan Alexander would take less to stay with Tampa and his brothers. I truly believe it. I truly believe that. I truly believe that he would take less to stay with Tampa. Not too much less. Not disrespectful less. Not I can get 12, 13 million over there, but the Bucs only want to pay me 8 million. Not disrespectful less. Okay? That won't happen. But 2 million difference. They pay me 12. These guys will pay me 12 mil, but the Bucs are willing to pay me 10 mil. I can see that happening, and Quan saying I'll stay with the Bucs and my brothers. I can see that happening. So it really just depends on what we will know more or less when we start hearing the numbers coming out for Quan. Once we start hearing the numbers coming out for Quan, I'll be able to be like, oh yeah, he's ours for sure. Like we definitely take getting Quan for sure. Or it's gonna be a very high hill to climb to get Quan back. One or the other. We'll see. But I already knew that we weren't gonna have a high turnover. Then our coach comes out 2 days ago or yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was 2 days ago. And basically says what he says, which is like, I like all of our guys. We want to retain all of our guys. And now all of a sudden we're getting these beat writers talking about, oh, some things we know is we're not going to have a lot of turnover. Like, I've been saying that. Like, you guys need to look. I can't blame them because they don't watch the way I watch the Bucs. They don't know the Bucs, even though they're there and they live there and they're at the practices and everything every day. Sadly, I still know more than them, but it is what it is. I can't blame them for them. I can name you 20 players that are gone. That to me is a turnover. Maybe not bunch on starter, but we have a lot of trash, and you know that. Please name me 20. What up, Eagles fan? Name me 20 players that you know are gone. Name me 20 players, because there ain't gonna be no 20 players that are gone. There are not gonna be no 20 players that are gone. Rogers, Smith the guard. Smith the guard. Who's the guard? Who's the guard? Smith. What guard Smith? Dietrich Smith? Dietrich Smith hasn't been with us. Has he still been with us? Dietrich Smith, is that what you're talking about? Well, let's just pretend like you're talking about Smith the guard. Quan is not going. Still don't think Quan's going. Ghostin, I don't even think Ghostin might leave. Well, he might get cut because I think Ghostin has a high salary, so he might be gone. Conti, I can see Conti being gone. Most of the backup linebackers, I don't think any of the backup linebackers are going to be gone. Santos, the punter, I don't think any of those guys are going to be gone. Deshaun Jackson might be gone. Elliott, I hope we don't let go of Elliott. Isaac Johnson might be gone. Benenak's not going to be gone. We already know he's not going to be gone. Dotson, I don't think Dotson might be gone, but Dotson's like a 50-50. Honestly, I think Dotson's like a 50-50. I think 50-50. I can see him being gone. I can see him staying. Strongly either way. Believe Brait will be traded eventually. That could happen too. That's definitely not 20. That's definitely not 20. That's definitely not 20. And if everybody there, everybody that you named, Rogers is not important. Smith, I still don't know who you're talking about when you say Smith, because I don't think Dietrich Smith is even with us. Conti, I think is you know what? I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not even gonna call Chris Conti out because we've said Chris Conti gonna be gone forever, and the nigga's still there. So I'm not even gonna try to act like I know if Chris Conti gonna be gone or not. Ghostin, I can see gone. I can see William Ghostin gone, but maybe not. It really depends, because I think Bo Allen or William Ghostin is going to be gone. One of them, not both of them. So I think one of them is going to be gone. And I can see us keeping William Ghostin and letting go of Bo Allen. I can see that happening. Why? Because William Ghostin is more family than Bo Allen. So I can see, and this is what I think you guys don't understand. I think you guys really are really misunderstanding or underestimating the power of this family that we've been talking about. I really think you guys are underestimating the power of when they say, "Oh, we're family." It's big in the locker room. This family is for real in the locker room, and you can tell that Bruce Arians and his coaching staff is for real when they talk about family with the coaching staff. So I think they really understand, both of them really understand the family key concept, and I think that's another reason why I think this coaching staff is so perfect for this locker room. But yeah, I don't. A lot of those players, we'll have to see, bro. All of those players are trash. Trust me, they all gone. I forgot about Allen, and yes, even Smith. Evan Smith still plays for us at $4 million tag too. Oh, well then Evan Smith is I could definitely see Evan Smith gone. I would cut Evan Smith. I could definitely see Evan Smith gone. Like I said, Rodgers is gone. Who else? Quan, I don't expect Quan to be gone. I don't expect Ghostin to be gone either. Chris Conte, we can't tell if is going to be gone. Hump, I expect Hump to be gone. Santos, I don't think is going to be gone. The punter, I don't think is going to be gone. Deshaun, I think is going to be gone. Dotson, I'll give you that. I will just say that he's going to be gone. Just because it's a 50-50 chance, in my opinion. Brake could be traded. That's 6 people. That's 6 people. And a lot of those, like Rodgers and Smith, I really wouldn't even count that. Like, I wouldn't even count that because it's like, you're not going to keep everybody. And like I said, it's going to be a small turnover. And that's considered a small turnover. That's really a small turnover. So, none of the starting lineup is gone, basically. Out of everybody you named, Deshaun Jackson, Quan Alexander, and Hump, Dodson, you got 4 players that are starters. And out of those 4, only 2 of them I think are really going to be gone. And that's it. That's not a lot of turnover at all. That's not a lot of turnover at all. The punter making $3.4 million, he is gone. I don't see why he deserves the $3.4 million. A lot of you guys keep thinking like salary, like, oh, that's a lot of money, he's gone. It's not a lot of money when he's getting paid for what he's producing. So it's not a lot of money. And again, you guys are acting like we need money. Why are Buck fans acting like we need money? What do we need money for? He has been horrible the past 2 years. Go look at the stat. What? Our punter has been one of the best punters. What are you talking about? Our punter has not been the worst in the last 2 years. Our punter has been the best punter. What are you talking about? If you're talking about punt coverage, that's different. That's not punting. Yes, our punter has been one of the best punters. I don't know what team you're watching. There's a difference between punt coverage and where our punter is placing the ball. Big difference. But that's why I don't think our punter's going anywhere. So, anyways, what are we trying so hard to save money for? That's another thing I've been wanting to ask you guys. What are we trying so hard to save money for? What are we trying so hard to cut Gerald McCoy to save money, to supposedly now Levante David to save money, and now you want to let go of the punter to save $4 million? What are you trying so hard to save your pennies for? Like, what are you saving your pennies for? And this is what I don't get. So you want to let go of Gerald McCoy to upgrade. You want to let go of Gerald McCoy to upgrade the trenches? That don't make sense. Unless you're upgrading with Geno Atkins, Aaron Donald. Who are you saving your money to pay more than Gerald McCoy to play better than Gerald McCoy? That don't make any sense. This is the stupidity I talk about. It makes no sense. Who are you trying to get that's going to be better than Gerald McCoy? Okay, so you're gonna take away from the D line to make the O line better by getting who? To pay money to get who? Who are you getting on the O line that's worth letting go of Gerald McCoy to put on the O line? Since you're saving your penny, what is it that you're saving your pennies for? Who are you saving your pennies for? That's what I want to know. That's the question I have. Because it just seems like Buck fans are interested in saving. They're not interested in making the team better. They're interested in saving money. Why? Why? What do you mean? Again, Gerald McCoy is like the seventh highest paid defensive tackle. And 3 of those defensive tackles produce less than Gerald McCoy. So what are you talking about? 3 of those defensive tackles, they get paid more than Gerald McCoy, produce less than Gerald McCoy. 2 of them, you can add them together and it's still less. I'm talking about one of them has 3 sacks, 2 of them has like 1.5 sacks. Like who? What do you mean? What has Gerald done for you? What do you want Gerald to do? Gerald cannot be Aaron Donald. There is only one Aaron Donald. Gerald cannot be Geno Atkins. Gerald is Gerald. Gerald is the third. Like, what else do you want? Gerald is the third, and he's consistently been in the same place. Every year, there's one guy that lost than Gerald McCoy. Every year there's a new that has more sacks than Gerald McCoy. But besides Geno and besides Arnold, no one has consistently put up the numbers that Gerald McCoy puts up. I don't understand what more do you want from Gerald? Not only is Gerald the third at putting the most consistent numbers up, he gets paid like he's the 7th best defensive tackle in the league. So what else do you want? What more of a bargain do you want from Gerald McCoy? Stand it. I don't understand what else you want. How many fourth quarter sacks or game-winning drives has he saved? Again. So who else is my point? You're bringing a stupid statistic, a very dumb statistic. How many fourth quarter games? How many other people got fourth quarter sacks to save the game? Tell me, how many other people do you know have fourth quarter sacks to save the game? Since you're making it seem like, oh, Gerald is the other people that are doing what we want Gerald to do. Who else is doing this? This is a retarded stat to bring up. I don't care how much he makes, is not doing anything special for us. So who is doing better for their team is my question. Who is doing better? Who is performing and doing better than Gerald McCoy for their team than what Gerald McCoy is doing for the Bucs? His better days are behind him. He's only going to get worse from now on. See, that's not an argument. You can't say he's going to get worse from here on out. If y'all been trying to trade him since we've had him and he's been proving you wrong till this day, how can you say now is the year? Now is the year he's going to prove me right and he's just going to go down from here. That makes no sense. You can't say that. That makes no sense. That's just you shooting in the dark. That's not a stat. That's not a fact. That's an opinion of yours. That you've been wrong for years after years saying this same thing. He's going to go down from here. He's going to go down from here. All the studs, defensive tackles in the league. Like who? You can't name anybody. I name Aaron Donald and Geno Atkins. You can't name anybody else. Once again, every year there is one. I could say one. I don't know 2, but just for argument's sake, I'll say 2. I doubt it that there's 2, but just for argument's sake, I'll say that there's 2. Doesn't change the fact. Every year, actually, I should have went over there. Every year, there's 1 or 2 defensive tackles that have a better year than Gerald McCoy, and then they disappear. That's it. They have 1 year where they have more sacks than Gerald McCoy, and then they disappear. That's it. But that's going to happen in every position. In every position, There's going to be that one guy or two guys that have a great year, and then it was just that, a good year. But every year for us, Gerald McCoy has been Gerald McCoy. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. I can name a few, but I won't. Yeah, right. So this argument is over. Anyways, let's move on. So let's get out of this Gerald McCoy, because that argument's over. The people writing these stories don't know what they're talking about. We have already discussed that. I've already explained that. I've already proven that. People were getting mad at me because I was on Twitter and I was going ham on them and making them look dumb. And I found a way finally. I finally found a way to keep dumb tweets that I have. So now without screenshots and saving it in my phone. So because that's what I did before. I used to save them in my phone, then I get a new phone, and by the time the tweets came back, the situations came back for me to prove like, you stupid, you said this and you're wrong about it. I never was able to do that because I used to save them, I screenshot it and save it in my phone, or I try to like retweet it, or but by the time that ever comes back around where I need to find it, I can't find it because it's so deep in the tweets. You know what I'm saying? But now I figured a way on how to save these things, and they'll be there forever, and they're not going to go away, and it doesn't matter if I switch phones, they're still going to be there. So I'm going to be having field days with these people. I got a tweet where he literally says all the people that should be gone or that's going to be gone, and two of them he's already wrong on. So and these are not just fans. That's too easy. These are not just fans. I'm talking about, these are podcasters. These are, what time is it? Okay, I got time. Do I have time? 13. Yeah. These are podcasters. These are people that write articles and stuff like that. Like, I'm about to make all these people look stupid. So, where should I go? Jack in the Box. So, yeah. I got a whole bunch of stuff. Well, not a whole bunch, but I got a few things saved that I'm going to hold on to. Wait up real quick, guys. I got to hungry and get something to eat. Let me get the number 27 with croissant bread and large fries and an orange juice.
So you said a number 27.
On croissant bread with large fries and an orange juice.
And then you want the combo, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you say, hash brown or fries?
Large fries.
Okay. Curly or regular?
Regular.
Okay, you going to make sure orders next?
Yeah.
Okay, please come up to the window.
She needs to work on her people skills. What else? Beninock, they're saying, is going to go to tackle. So they're gonna move Beninock to tackle. I'm seeing what they're doing with MJ Stewart. They're saying that they're gonna throw him at safety. So our safety position is going to really be hard to what do you call it? It's gonna be our safety position is gonna be very hard to what's the word I'm looking for? It's gonna be hard to see who's gonna be starting for us at safety. We're pretty sure that Justin Evans is going to start for us. Also, the fact that we're putting MJ Stewart at safety kind of takes away the fact that we might be going after the Honey Badger. So because I don't see, It's not smart to put, what is that, a second round? Was that second round or a third round? It's not smart to put I think a third round. It's not smart to put a third rounder in the position and then go get an undrafted free agent and then have the third rounder be most likely a backup. Like, it's not smart to do that. So the fact that we're gonna put one of our draft picks in another position makes me feel like they're not going to. They might still. It still might be a chance. It still might be a chance. But it makes me feel like it's most likely not gonna happen of us trying to go after the honey badger. Six are freaking good. What else? What else? There's a few moves that we can do that there's a few moves that we can do still. We gotta start checking out these combines. I gotta start getting into combine mode. I haven't been in combine mode in a minute. I started off with who I wanted to draft round one. What I need to start doing is I need to start analyzing our players. And the reason why I've taken so long to analyze our players and what I feel like we're gonna need is because honestly, I really think this. Honestly, I really feel like there's only two positions, man. There's really only two positions that we really need, and there's only one draft pick. Like I already said it. I really think our number one draft pick should be a corner. It should be greedy, and it should be a corner. Um, if there is a chance we could have a lockdown corner, grab that lockdown corner. I really think our number one draft pick should be a corner. Um, excuse me. And after that, I really think it's about scouting defensive linemen and offensive linemen, and that's really what I think our draft should be. I think we should go number one pick is corner, and after that, obviously, unless Nick Bosa pops up somehow, obviously you gotta grab Nick Bosa. But yeah, man, I really think that's where it's at, man. You get the corner, and then the rest of the draft you just scout who's the best defensive lineman, not defensive end, not defensive tackle. Who's the best defensive lineman? Or if there's an offensive lineman that's ranked higher, grab that offensive lineman, and we'll move people around how we do, on the O line. But I really think that's where we go. And because of that, there's really not a lot of spots for us to need. I think we have backup linebackers because of what happened last year. I think it gave Mentor a lot of reps. It gave Taylor a lot of reps. You know what I'm saying? It gave Riley a lot of reps, man. And I think because of that, I think we're okay with our backups, linebackers. The corners, we were hurt at corner, and I think we're okay with corner. I just think we need that number one corner, though. Safeties, if we're putting MJ Stewart at safety, I think we're back to we have a log jam at safety, and we really have to see. That's probably going to be the biggest position battle is at safety, because we have to clear out. Is it going to be Andrew Adams? Is he going to be taking over? Is it going to be Justin Whitehead, which I think is the favorite right now? I think Justin Evans is definitely going to be a starter already. I think we know that already. Is it going to be MJ Stewart? Is he going to take over for Justin Whitehead? Hello. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's the move, man. I really do. Um, secret sauce.
No, I believe it's just you.
And I think we do trade back. I don't think we trade. I think we need to trade back. I don't think we trade back in the first. I think we trade back in the second. I think in our,
With
thank you. I think second round, our second round pick. I think our second round pick is the pick that we trade back, and we'll use that to get more picks. Um, because I definitely think we need more picks, and I think Jason Light's going to get us more picks. I just don't think it's going to be in the first round. I think there's going to be a a draft prospect in that first round in those first five picks that we really like. That's going to be there, and I'm hoping it's Greedy, and we're going to go and we're going to pick him. I don't think we trade back in the first. I think we do it in the second. Um, but I really don't feel. I really, like I said. I said this when I was breaking down the 49ers versus the Bucs tape. When I was breaking that down, if you haven't seen that tape, CDL, go watch that tape. I break it all down. The whole game. I break the whole game down, especially on defense more. Um, but you see how vicious our D line is in that 49ers game. I still have to do the Panthers game and show how dominant our defense was in that Panthers game as well. Um, but I said it in that breakdown of that game that I would be fine with going into next season with this exact same team, like the exact same team, minus Caleb Benenoch. Minus Caleb Benenoch. Besides him, I would be happy going to this. I would be happy going next season with this exact same roster, minus Caleb Benenoch. Obviously, I'm not talking about having because Levante David wasn't playing on that field. Quan wasn't playing, so I'm not talking about the people that started for us. You know, still being the starters for us. I wouldn't be happy with that. But I'm saying as far as the roster that we had. Yeah, it's a cup right there. As far as the roster that we had, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind that exact roster. Like, I would not mind that exact. Obviously, I want us to be healthy, instead of being hurt that year like we were last year. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that roster at all. I wouldn't mind that roster. And the good thing about that is that I feel like in this draft we really don't have. We'd have needs, but it's strictly trenches. I think once we get that corner in the first round, I think there's really no need for us to address the secondary no more. There really isn't. And all it is, and I don't think we need to address linebackers no more, unless we not getting Quan back. You know what I'm saying? Unless that happens, then we obviously have to address the linebacker. But besides that, nothing on offense at all. Just trenches, offensive line and defensive line. That's all we really need to do this year in the draft. And because of that, we could either still continue to just pick best player available, or we can just pile up on the trenches, which I think the route to go is to pile up on the trenches, because I feel like when you have one or two things that you feel are really holding you back, which really it was just the O-line that was holding us back, really. It was really the O-line. The D-line was doing their thing. It wasn't like we had problems on the D-line. The D-line was doing their job. So it really was just the O-line. That's really the only problem. But you can never have enough defensive linemen. You always want to have rotation. Always want to have good rotation. So that's the only reason why I'm saying now D-line as well. You always want to have a good rotation. So just bulk up on those two. Rotation for the D line, and bulk up on the O line so we could get some great starters. And I think that's our draft. I really think that's our draft. That's what needs to be our draft. I think we could possibly look for Deshaun Jackson's replacement also in the draft. But I think it'd be better just to trade Deshaun Jackson for someone like John Ross or someone that's already in the league that's fast. We could just do that, So, anyways, it's your man RTP, Skull Gang in the building. You already know what it is, man. Let some steam out. It wasn't a lot of steam, but I let some steam out. Had a good convo with you guys. Now I'm just gonna sit here and eat. Wait for this guy to get here so I could go to work for a couple hours and come home. It's your man RTP, Skull Gang in the building. Deuce.